So let's talk about what we wish for each other. What do we wish for each other? Well, one of the things that's pretty universal that we wish for each other is rest in peace, isn't it? Yeah. Only problem is when the one we offer that suggestion to is on the other side of the grass. But why do we say rest in peace? What was disturbing their peace?
Their life.
Regrets.
No, it wasn't their life.
Regrets. Things that they regret.
What's disturbing the peace?
Thoughts.
Before the body is gone. See what's gone when when a person is on the other side of the grass. What's gone that when it was here was disturbing them?
Thinking personality.
The one.
Yeah.
Personality.
Thinking
Thinking.
is gone. The body is gone. Right? And when they were here, thinking was disturbing them, just like it's disturbing us. Right?
Yeah.
The body was disturbing them, just like it's disturbing us, because we look in the mirror and say, oh my God.
Yeah.
Or it has pains and aches. It's always, you got to keep it up. You got to maintain it. You got to brush its teeth. You got to wipe its ass. You got to feed it every day. You got to compete with it against the other bodies, to try and be attractive so you can get laid. It's just an ongoing hassle, So all that comes to an end when the body goes, right? Well, is there any possibility of resting in peace on this side of the grass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's not well known, obviously.
No.
But if we look at that, what is it on this side of the grass that would have to be different, that would allow for the resting in peace that we wish for the others who are on the other side of the grass? What would have to be different?
Acceptance.
No, what was causing them to suffer before they died? Yeah. Thinking would have to be different, right?
Yeah.
And what else would have to be different? What was causing them to suffer before they died? The body. Yeah. And when we look more closely at it on this side of the grass, what we see is it's actually not the body that's causing the suffering. It's taking ourselves to be the body that's causing the suffering. You know what I mean? You don't get pissed off at your car because you have to put gas in it, because you understand that it's a vehicle that provides you with the opportunity to go from one place to another very conveniently, just like your body does. So, what would be the formula for all living on this side of the grass to rest in peace? Oh, well, if thinking is the problem that causes the unrest, and we examine the thinking, what about thinking is the problem that causes it to disturb us?
Thinking we are our thoughts.
Well, keep looking. What is it about thinking?
Yeah, that's good.
Why does thinking disturb us?
Because you want things to be different.
Okay, so you could say the reason that thinking disturbs us is because, first of all, because we believe in it.
Yeah.
They're not just thoughts, right? And as it says in the Course in the Miracles, what is unreal does not exist. How can something that's not exist disturb your peace? That's what it says. What is real cannot be threatened. What is unreal does not exist. Therein lies the peace that passeth understanding. Okay, good. So if what is unreal does not exist and therefore it can't disturb our peace, what about it has it disturb our peace? We take it to be real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's right there. The key to the whole thing is in that one statement. What is unreal does not exist. Are we our bodies? Most people believe they are, and the reason you believe anything is because you don't have evidence that it's real, right? But are we our bodies? No, not really. Not because you can't be something you can see. The evidence suggests we're not our bodies. That's pretty clear. Quantum physicists would argue on that we're not our bodies. It's pretty clear. Yeah. So that means it's not real that we are our bodies, and that which is unreal does not exist. You see, the formula is there. You can be in the same state as the people on the other side of the grass and rest in peace while you're on this side of the grass. You can rest in peace while you have a body instead of be a body. You can rest in peace while you have a mind instead of identify with the mind and therefore think you are the mind. I am the thinker of my thoughts. If I am the thinker of my thoughts trouble me. That which is real does not change. This is another way of understanding the same thing. That which is real does not change. Right? Are thoughts changing? Is the body changing? Yeah. So they don't meet the requirement of being real in terms of that which is real does not change. And in the teachings from the East, they tell us that the nature of reality is impermanence. Everything changes. What's the cause of human suffering? Everything's changing all the time. You can never get a hold of it. So your attempts to grasp that which is ever-changing results in what? Suffering. It's trying to catch, it's almost as if to say, you're not going to survive the day unless you can catch enough oxygen to breathe. That's absurd. So that which is changing all the time. You know, the fall's coming here in what we used to call America. The fall's coming here, and Halloween's coming, you know, where the kids put masks on and they go from door to door and they knock on the door and say, trick or treat, right? Yeah. It's interesting when you look at it because Halloween is kind of a projection of the way things actually are, isn't it? Because isn't it true that we're all wearing masks all the time? So then it must be Halloween all the time. And isn't it true that we're asking for what we want and threatening if we don't get it all the time? So it's Halloween all the time. Halloween all the time. On Halloween night, the kids play around with it and have fun with it, right? But the Halloween that's going on all the time is not much fun. Yeah, because people get together and create organizations and countries and then they play Halloween with one another. You know, if I don't get what I want, I'm threatening you. If I don't get what I want, I'll just take it. So these are the days. These are the days that we're living in. And the possibility for resting in peace is here at all times. And the most beautiful thing about experiencing this resting in peace that's here at all times is what is required. Yeah. That's the most beautiful thing about this formula that will allow us to rest in peace is what's required is nothing. What actions need be taken? See, when you talk like this, the mind says, what? Right? If it was a dog, it would go, what? Nothing is required. No action needs to be taken for you to experience resting in peace. Why? Because that which is not real is not real. That's why. Okay? So that's why we talk about that which is not real appearing to be real, we call it a dream, right? That which is not real appearing to be real, we call it a dream. The dreams that occur to us when we sleep at night aren't a problem for us, are they?
No.
Oh, Why? Not just because they're dreams, because it's built into the system that you wake up automatically. The dream's going to come to an end automatically. You wake up, glad that was a dream.
Yeah.
And we wake up into what we think is not a dream. But if we go back to what I was just saying, the wisdom teachings tell us that the daytime dream is exactly the same as the nighttime dream. And if it's true the nighttime dream can't cause us to suffer because it's not real, then that must be true of the daytime dream, must it not?
Doesn't the nighttime dream cause you to suffer briefly?
Oh,
You get scared and scream, and then you wake up and go, oh, okay, that was fake.
yeah.
So for a minute there, you are believing it.
Now, for a minute there, now watch, this is interesting, right? He says, doesn't the nighttime dream cause us to suffer while we're dreaming? Now watch. It causes the one who you think is in the dream to suffer in the dream, all of which is not real. But are you the one in the dream? No. Are you the one in this dream? No. See how this is falling apart? You can analyze this dream or that dream. You can come and pay me, I'll help you analyze this dream and that dream. And it'll make no difference. Because the only thing that's going to make a difference is recognizing that the dream is a dream. It's not real. So how do you rest in peace in this life if you understand through the wisdom teachings that this daydream is like the night dream, and neither one is real, and that which is not real cannot cause suffering? So what's the trick?
Practice paying attention.
To what?
That who you think you are isn't real. What is not real? How you relate to things is.
No. Practice paying attention to what is not real. Okay? So if you're paying attention to what is not real in the daydream, what are you paying attention to?
Your thoughts.
Your thoughts.
Thoughts.
Of course, they're not yours, but the thoughts of the one you think you are, which is a thought, right? So if you're paying attention, so this is the formula for experiencing well-being. This is the formula for experiencing peace of mind. This is the formula for experiencing resting in peace in the daydream. It's to pay attention to what's not real, because what's not real can't hurt you. It's not real. And what is real cannot be threatened.
Well, we can define what is not real, but we can't define what is real.
That's why we're not paying attention to that. It doesn't require any attention because you're it. You can't pay attention to what's paying attention. It doesn't work, right? Better to pay attention to what's not real, because when you pay attention to what's not real, the only possibility is that what is real is paying attention to what's not real. So the formula is negation. Right? What is real cannot be threatened. Okay, good. What is not real doesn't exist. Okay, great. But it does exist if you pay attention to thinking, because thinking thinks it's real. And if you identify with your thoughts, right, then you are the body, you are the thinker of your thoughts, and you are the one that's suffering. And you're not going to wake up out of this dream mechanically and automatically the way you woke up from last night's dreams. But you can wake up from this dream. It's not going to be something that happens spontaneously for most of us, right? But what the wisdom teachings tell us is we can learn about what's not real. But we live in a world where most of us are considering that which is not real to be real. Right? So there is a conspiracy theory. There's a conspiracy occurring here, right? There's a conspiracy for suffering is occurring here. Because the majority, the consensus is The consensus among humanity is that which is not real is real. And because that which is not real is considered to be real by most people, even if you see it as not real, you have to live in a world where everybody else thinks it is real and they're playing that game. And you have to be in that game. That's what it means, I am in this world, but not of this world. So that's challenging, right? I am in this world, but not of this world. Well, first of all, you have to establish yourself as not being in this world, right? So that's the first order of business, right? In order to do that, what do you have to do? How did you become among those who believe the lie? How did you become among those who consider what's not real to be real? Conditioning. You learned that, didn't you?
Yeah.
You learned it, right? So how do you reverse it?
Condition. Practice.
That's right. You uncondition it the same way you conditioned it. And the way you uncondition it is, instead of being the character in the movie, you sit in the audience and watch. Right? When you sit in meditation, what are you doing? You're being still, looking at the movie. When you're sitting in meditation, you're being still, watching that which is moving. You're being the unchanging, watching the ever-changing. And through that practice, you begin to establish the difference between what's unreal and yourself. And gradually that becomes established through practice again and again and again, resting as awareness as many times as possible. You could say resting in peace as many times as possible. Same thing, exact same thing. Being the stillness that you are. And if you do this consistently over time, if you practice this consistently, gradually the lie will be obvious at all times. And when that's the case, you're in this world and not of this world. And when you're in this world and not of this world, you experience the peace that passes understanding. What Durkheim talks about is his biggest focus, right, is having your everyday life be the practice. Right? Your everyday life means that having your participation in the unreal world be an opportunity for you to continue seeing it as it is, unreal. And where does that all occur? In the inner world. So he talks about the work in the inner world. The inner world in that regard is the world of the mind, right? Because the mind is generating the appearance at all times. And it serves us in the sense that through these teachings and practices, we can come to an understanding of the nature of the mind and the nature of the processes of the mind and get to a point where we realize non-duality. What does that mean? If the mind is generating the world, is it not?
Yeah.
Right? Because the thoughts that it produces, right, say the world. Right? Language is the home of the world. So you could say that it's an inner world, the world of the mind, right? And when we understand the nature of the mind and we understand that the mind, through our conditioning, is generating a perception called the outer world, it can be possible to come to see clearly and understand that there is no outer world. Therefore, what seemed to be subject and object is no longer subject and object. It's called a unification or non-duality, universality. All there is this. Not all there is this and that, just all there is this. What is this? I don't know.
Everything, right?
What is everything? I don't know either. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is, but it's real, yeah? It's real. And if I can, in the experience of the realness of this versus what's unreal, if in the experience of the realness of this I can relax and rest in peace, What is available to me on this side of the grass is satisfaction, well-being, and happiness. Satchitananda. So there it is. You know, that's the wisdom teaching. That's what we've been given the opportunity. That's what you've been blessed with being exposed to. Don't kid yourself. Don't kid yourself, whether you're looking at this video or whether you're in this class right now. Don't kid yourself and think that that this is just an accidental occurrence, that you're sitting here. No. This is not an accidental occurrence that you're sitting here. As one of the great teachers said, if you're listening to my voice, your head is already in the tiger's mouth. Once you hear the truth, you can't get your head out of the tiger's mouth. It's only just a matter of time. And if you understand that metaphor, you want that tiger to clamp that teeth down, right? To complete the project, complete this experience, so you can be swallowed by the truth and enjoy experiencing picking the berries on the bush that's growing out of the cliff that's about to fall and drop to your death.
Smile at the gallows.
Smile at the gallows, that's right. There's only one way to smile at the gallows, right? And that's to be clear that there is nothing to be lost. Because that which is real cannot be threatened.